What's going on, guys? This is for the fans. It's Manchester United versus Liverpool, and it's your match preview. This is a must-win game for Liverpool. We can afford to draw this game. We can even afford to lose this game because we are 4 points ahead of Leicester City with the game in hand. And for me personally, I feel that we've got second place wrapped up because Leicester are still going to drop points. I'm sure Chelsea will drop maybe 1 point or 2 points. If you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel right now so you can see more content of this quality. But yes, I know mathematically we can still finish third, we can still finish fourth mathematically, but also mathematically City can lose the league. That's not happening, they're not losing the league, we know that. But for me, I also think that we've got second place wrapped up. But Liverpool need to win this game because they are 4 points off top four. If they lose any more ground, there's not much more games to be played. So even Jurgen Klopp came out and said he 100% needs to win this game. So in saying that, you know, when we play these big teams, when we play Spurs, when we play any big team that we play, Spurs, Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, the setup and the game plan is always counter-attack. We know that. But with me saying Liverpool need to win this game, which means that Liverpool will come out attacking, and even they will get desperate at times. At times you'll see in the second half, if the game is still 0-0 or if the game is 1-1, they need to win the game. They will become desperate in the second half when it reaches the 60 minutes, and they will be flooding players forward. So for me personally, going into this game, I've got no disagreements with Oli setting up for the counter, because when you know the circumstance that Liverpool need to win this game and they have to come out attacking, they will leave spaces in behind. And Liverpool don't have Van Dijk and Joe Gomez, who are brilliant at one-on-one defending. They've got these new centre-backs that they've brought in, and these guys can't even defend with the ball back four and with players in front of them, let alone one-on-one defending. So I personally got nothing against the manager setting up for a counter-attack against Liverpool. I got nothing, because I do believe that it can be the right game plan for this Liverpool, because they're so desperate to win and they need to win. As I said, we can afford to draw, we can even afford to lose this game, but I don't want to lose this game. And if we lose the game, you know, it's not a good look, because Liverpool are there for the taking. They're not the Liverpool of last year, they're not the Liverpool of years before. So they are there for the taking, and I even believe we can get the victory against this Liverpool team because they're not good at all at the moment. So this is the lineup that I think United will go with. We know the formation will always be 4-2-3-1. That's the only formation Oli likes to play, and the team is used of that. So 4-2-3-1 will be the formation. Dean Henderson will be in the nets, because it's obvious now to all of us that Dean Henderson is our #1 keeper. David De Gea has lost his spot, and I personally feel that David De Gea will leave in the summer. In the transfer window, I believe David De Gea will leave, because David De Gea is not playing second fiddle to no one. He's not playing second fiddle to no one. He will not like to play second fiddle to no one. So I do think he also knows as well that, you know, it's time for him to leave United. Dean Henderson has come in, and that's why there's even widespread reports that Manchester United are looking to bring in a second choice keeper for backup for Dean Henderson, because they know that, David De Gea is leaving in the summer. So Dean Henderson will be in the nets. Right back will be Wan-Bissaka. Speaking of the right back position, in the summer window, we need to get another right back, a squad right back, because we've only got one right back in this team, and it's Wan-Bissaka. We've got no one else to give him competition, and we've got no one else to give him a rest. Wan-Bissaka needs a rest, as every player needs a rest. So it's either we're going to call the low back, or it's either we're going to buy a right back. I personally don't think Oli likes the low, because the low is an attacking right back. The low is poor at defending. He's an attacking right back, and if you know anything about this manager, he's a pragmatic manager. You know, he cares more about defending than attacking, and it shows in his lineup, in the two that he puts in the midfield all the time, McFred. So I think maybe if United can sell the low, because AC Milan do want to buy the low, I believe, maybe we can get about 15 to 17 million for Delo, and then we can go out and buy a right back, a squad right back, a decent squad right back. There's Max Aarons there, but that boy, I think that boy will even come and start for United. He's better than Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Maybe not in one-on-one defending, because we know that Wan-Bissaka is the best one-on-one defender, but certainly going forward. So Wan-Bissaka right back, we know the centre-back partnership can be anything. You know, he can look to, no, he won't. It'll be, as I've got it there in the display that I just showed you, it'll be Harry Maguire and Victor Lindelof. That's his preferred centre-back partnership. I have no idea why Eric Bailly signed a new contract with United. He knows the manager doesn't favour him. He knows the manager does not like him. I think Eric Bailly is our best centre-back, and many of you guys, I know you'll also think Eric Bailly is our best centre-back, but the manager clearly doesn't trust Eric Bailly, doesn't fancy Eric Bailly. So that's why it blows my mind as to how did Eric Bailly sign a new contract knowing that he's not going to be a starting 11 centre-back. So I don't know what went into Eric Bailly's head. I have no idea. Maybe he still thinks he can win the hearts of the manager, but this stinks to me of Eric Bailly just being content, and Eric Bailly not being not having a sense of wanting to do better in his career as well, just being content, being at one of the biggest clubs in the world, earning good money, and not ambitious. That's the word I was looking for. It just shows that Eric Bailly is not ambitious, and I don't like that, because Eric Bailly is good enough to start for a lot of teams. He can go to Italy and he can start for Inter Milan. He can even start for Juventus, but I don't think he has any ambition. So that's the centre-back partnership for the Liverpool game. Left-back, we know it's going to be Luke Shaw, because he's going to be tasked with dealing with Mohamed Salah, and it's been proven in our previous games with Liverpool that he has the ability to deal with Mohamed Salah. Luke Shaw is also outstanding one-on-one defending. And you can't just get past Luke Shaw. You have to have a lot of skill to get past Luke Shaw, and Luke Shaw struggles with that. But when he plays against direct wingers, he pockets them. So I expect him to pocket a bit Mohamed Salah. But I do think Mohamed Salah might score, because Mohamed Salah is the only goal threat that Liverpool carry. All the other players are not scoring. So Mohamed Salah would allow to be Diogo Jota to be on the score sheet for Liverpool. So Luke Shaw left back. You will see Scott McTominay and Fred. This is the perfect game. These are the games that Scott McTominay and Fred are built for, to run around and just kick people. That's why I've said, even in my previous videos, I said the moment we don't have the ball, you see a lot of Scott McTominay. But when we do have the ball, you don't see Scott McTominay, because that's not his game. Scott McTominay is not a footballer. He doesn't want to be on the ball. He doesn't want to pass the ball. He doesn't want to move the ball. That's not his game. What Scott McTominay wants, he wants to run around the pitch and kick people. That's his game, and that's perfect for this game against Liverpool, because we are not going to have the ball, guys. We're not going to have much of the ball, because Liverpool are still a much better footballing side than us. Just moving the ball and principles of play, Liverpool still have their principles of play. I've watched them many times this season, and they still have their principles of play. It's just that they're lacking confidence, they're lacking some players, and you know, it's just not a good moment for Liverpool. So they will have majority of the ball, and those are the games that Scott McTominay and Fred are built for, built to run around and just kick people. That's what they're built for. So I expect them to start in this game. Paul Pogba will be on the left, Bruno Fernandes in the center. Just speaking about Paul Pogba, sorry. His agent just came out, Mino Raiola, and he said some things about Paul. And let me just read you the quotes that he said about Paul Pogba. Basically speaking about Paul Pogba's future, because Paul Pogba got one more year left on his contract. If Paul Pogba does not sign a new contract, he will leave next season for free. So Raiola just came out and he said, what's really important is what Manchester United want. So basically he's saying what's important for Paul Pogba to commit his future to United is United need to tell Paul Pogba what do they want out of football. Where do they see themselves as a club in the next year and in the next 2 years and stuff like that. So he said that Manchester United, they need to tell us what they want as a football club. Do they have any ambition to lift up major silverware? Not Europa League, not FA Cup, not Carabao Cup, major silverware. Then he went on to said, what project are they proposing for Pogba? So as I said, it's a project. They need to propose something to Paul Pogba and come to the table and say, look here, Pogba, in the next season we're looking to challenge for the league, or in the next season we're looking to win the league or win the Champions League, and we're going to do that by buying X and Y players. We're going to improve the squad. We know that we need a centre back, we know that we need a defensive midfielder, we know that we need a right winger. So these are the players that we are targeting. So that's what Raiola said. What proposal are they offering Paul Pogba? And then he went on to say, Pogba has always been interested in winning the Champions League, titles, that's his objective. So Pogba, we know, Pogba's a world-class player. Pogba is Manchester United's best player. The best players in the world, they don't want to be winning Europa. They don't even want to be in Europa. Pogba's in adverts for Champions League and he's playing in Europa. That's just a joke to me, and that just shows you how big he is as a brand, the Pogba brand, but even as a footballer. This guy's a giant as a footballer in terms of his ability. He's a world-class player, one of the best players in the world, not even just midfielders, best players, and many players have said that about him as well. And we are lucky to have him. We are lucky to have a player like Paul Pogba, considering the state that we are in. We haven't won the league in 8 years. So that's what Raiola said, that Pogba's always been interested in winning titles and Champions Leagues. That's his objectives. And we'll see if that's possible at United or at other big European clubs. So they are going to listen to Manchester United's proposal. Paul Pogba is going to listen to Manchester United's proposal. He's then going to see that, is it possible that we are going to win the league next season, or the following season, or is it possible that we're going to stand a chance to win the Champions League? He's going to weigh up his options. Or is it possible at the other clubs like Real Madrid, Juventus, PSG? So they're going to weigh up all their options and see that, is it good enough for him to commit his future to Manchester United? So that's basically what Raiola is saying. But in essence, what he's saying is United need to have ambition. We need to have ambition, and we need to put our money where our mouth is. Not just say we want to win the Champions League. What is the plan? Or win the Premier League? What is the plan for us to win it? Because currently, right now, we can't win it with the squad that we have. We need reinforcements. As I've said, we need a better centre-back next to Maguire, because obviously Maguire's the 80 million defender and no one is going to bench him. So we need a better centre-back next to Maguire. We need a CDM, and we need a right winger and a striker. For now, the rumours are, and it's coming from good sources, that Edinson Cavani is going to extend his contract with Man United a further year. So we'll have him next season. So basically we can go out and get our other positions that we need. Centre-back, right wing and a DM. If United only fulfill 2 of those positions, I'm happy. I'm happy because then we can move forward as a club. Then we can move forward as a footballing team on the green grass and play better football, hopefully, and improve our results though. So Paul Pogba to start in the left, Bruno Fernandes in the 10, the right wing I've got Mason Greenwood, and up front I've got Marcus Rashford, because this is not a game for Cavani. This is a game where we're going to be playing on the counter-attack, and on the counter-attack you need your fast pacey players. We've seen that whenever we play on the counter-attack, Edinson Cavani does not start. So expect to see those players. You can maybe even see a Dan James in terms of Marcus Rashford maybe on the bench, or Greenwood on the bench and Dan James. But I don't think that Ollie will do that. I think he'll go with Greenwood and Marcus Rashford. And that's pretty much the team, guys. If you're asking me for my scoreline, I think it'll be a draw. I think it'll be a score draw, both teams to score. So I do think you're looking at probably a 1-1 scoreline. I don't think it'll be a high scoring game. I don't think you'll see 2-2. I think you'll see a 1-1 scoreline. I'm going for a draw. If United beat Liverpool, that's a statement. It's a statement, and I want us to make a statement. But I'm content with even a draw, because we've nailed second place. For me, we've nailed second place. City are lifting the title in a few more weeks, in a few more games time. So that's the situation, guys. And Ollie can go with his strongest 11, because the Roma game, the second leg, we've pretty much qualified to the final already. They're not going to turn down a 6-2 deficit. So that's my match preview, guys. If you're watching this channel and you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you. Ciao.